My name's Renee and welcome to my channel. This is my fitness journey channel and I have not done this before. I am 25 years old. I am from London, South London, Clapham, SW4. Yep. I'm currently on my weight loss journey. So if this is a channel that you'd like to stick and watch me transform into the queen I'm supposed to be, then tag along. So I'm on my weight loss journey. Just a bit of a background to why I've decided to go on a weight loss journey and where I've come from, where I've gone, where I'm going, all that good stuff. So I've decided to share my journey just because actually there's so many inspiring stories I've seen on YouTube. Justin's journey, there's so many, Keisha Rose, so many people. I can't even think of all the names, but like there's so many people that have inspired me to share my journey, just because I feel like if I'm watching other people's journeys, why not share mine, and maybe the knowledge that I've gained could actually help someone at home. From young, I've always had confidence issues, especially one of the things is with my weight, and I feel like I've had a rocky start off, just ended up like this, which is not working out. So I've always considered myself like quite weighty, but when I was younger, because I've got a Jamaican heritage, so my grandparents are from Jamaica, people used to call me thick, and I never knew what that meant when I was younger. I used to consider that as, oh, they're calling me fat. It's like, oh, why are you so thick? Why are you so thick? And then I'm like, dang. One day my mum actually told me that they don't mean anything from it, like they don't mean anything bad, they're just saying that you look healthy. But I still, like, my 7-year-old self didn't look at it like, oh, they're giving me a compliment. It was more like, oh, why, like, it was more like, oh, like, what are you doing so fat for? Like, what are you eating too many dumplings or whatever? But yeah, so I for some reason it kind of like, it stuck with me in a negative way, although my mum did explain it to me. It's just like this Western way of thinking. I still thought they were calling me fat, like in a bad way. And people were, you know, we're not going to get into that, but people consider the skinny person to be the healthy, good looking person, but that's not really the case. It was more like I was healthy and I really did not see. So that was like the first thing. My weight, I'll explain, like my weight was going up and down. In secondary school now, in probably like year 8, and secondary school is probably considered high school in America, if you are from America or Canada. It was silly, but I didn't want to, in like second year of secondary school, high school, like year 8, I didn't want to go into the cafeteria for some reason, because I was shy. I won't say why, I'll keep that a secret, but it was silly. So I started to drop loads of weight, and my dad told me, like, Renee, you're right, like, why have you dropped all this weight? He looked at me one day, because my parents, like, I never lived with my dad or anything like that. So when I did see him next now, and he saw me with all this weight off, he was like, oh, what, like, are you alright? Like, so he was genuinely worried, but I didn't notice. I didn't know. I just knew I just stopped eating. I didn't have lunch. I didn't have a backup plan. I just stopped going into the cafe. Even when he told me, I was like, what are you talking about? I still didn't feel like I lost any weight. But yeah, he said, oh, you look really like skinny now. Is there something you want to talk about? Bless him. But yeah, yeah. So from there, I lost weight. So I guess I was a bit more chubbier then. And then gradually, as time went by, I think I started to put on weight again, until like about 18. Now, that's when I got my first job after trying so hard, so many years. When I was 16, I really tried to get a job and no one wanted me because I had no experience, which doesn't make any sense, because how am I supposed to get experience if you're not hiring me? You know, you could just train me. Moving forward. So at 18, I got my first job, and that was as a cleaner in a hotel, and jumping up and down and jumping on the thing to clean up there or whatever, all of that stuff, doing all of that, jumping around and wanting to get home early, because as soon as you finish the rooms is when you can go, basically. So if I get there at 9 o'clock and then I finish my rooms at 3, I get to go home at 3. Doing all of that and being speedy because I wanted to go home, I lost so much weight. Oh my gosh. And I didn't notice again until someone pointed it out. But this time now, I noticed by pictures. Now, when I was younger, I never took pictures. Never, because I hated the way, well, people used to take pictures of me, but every time I looked at them, I was just like, no, this is ugly. Yeah, I always considered myself not very attractive, so I didn't take pictures throughout secondary school, because I remember when I did see pictures of myself, I was just like, no, I don't want a record of this. I do not want no one to see me. So I gradually started, like when I left school, I started to take pictures and figure out my angles and where I looked better or whatever. And when I first did it, I was like, it's so weird, because I don't talk about this stuff. It was like I changed my hairstyle, and I was like, oh, I wonder what a picture would look like. And it was like, I probably was like 16. And yeah, I think I was like probably 16 then. And that's when I first started to take pictures. But yeah, before that, you couldn't catch me. Is when I started to look at my old pictures. So when I started taking pictures compared to when I was like 18, and I was like, oh crap, they are right. Like, I really did drop so much weight, but I felt fine. I felt good. I felt fit. I felt firm. No matter how people would actually make me feel, oh, your legs look like twigs or whatever, like little comments. So I was like, oh, whatever. Actually, I feel quite comfortable to wear a dress now because or whatever. I shouldn't have taken that, but I had to break out my shell in some way. So yeah, so from there I lost a lot of weight, and just bear in mind, like, I've always been on a scale and seen myself at like 11 stone, 12 stone. I never seen myself more than that. And you know what, I still looked in the mirror and said I was fat, and that was further from the truth. I wish I had that body now. So I after that job, because I worked at that job for a year, and then I went to uni. I went to uni and I started to eat loads of crap, and I maintained my weight for a good while. I did maintain my weight, so I was at a good size for a good while, because I would still commute like back and forth from uni to home 2 hours a day with a big suitcase of stuff that I didn't actually need that day, but I felt like, oh, I don't want to leave it at home in case I need it for uni or whatever. And I live 2 hours away. It's not like I can pop home and just get it. So I used to bring everything with me. So I used to carry this suitcase, well, not carry it, but like obviously drag it along. But then when there were stairs now, no lift, I had to carry that stuff. But yeah, and it was heavy as well. It wasn't like it was like some light suitcase full of stuff, but I was at a good size until I moved near my uni now. So throughout that year, because I was walking every day, walking back and forth to uni, I still and I was working still, I still maintained my weight to an extent. Like, I wasn't at the best weight I felt I could have been, but I still maintained it. And then I remember, like, I used to live where there was like a little hill, so it was a little bit inclined. Get those cheeks working, and yeah, that was my way of probably exercising, and I used to work in a bar, so I was always on my feet. It wasn't until like the last bit of uni where I started to see dramatically that my weight would go up. I maintained my weight up until like the end of my 4th year of uni. I was stressed. I was like probably like my lowest near the end of uni. But like, yeah, I think depression, stress, all of that stuff plays into your weight as well. Your lifestyle, what you eat, all of that has an impact on the outside. And then after I finished uni, I started to work as a reception, not really moving around. I was standing in the same spot for hours, but I wasn't doing anything to burn any fat. I was stress eating as well, which, man, it's so nice to go on YouTube and see. Not to say I'm happy people in that position, but just to know that you're not alone. Like, you're not the only person that developed these habits from being down. So I started to work in the current job I'm working now. I don't do much stuff. And going back now, being like 12 stone, 13 stone, I'd say probably like 168 pounds, and that's what I'm working up towards now. That was a long introduction. That's just a bit of a background. Now I'm at 239 pounds. I want to get back to 168, so that's like 71 pounds. And I also want to gain muscle. So obviously, even with that now, like I'm starting to learn. Can't really rely on the scales, because if I want to build muscles as well, the scale is gonna include the muscles into the how much I weigh. So I'm not, as long as I can, like, there's other ways I can see that I'm losing weight and stuff like that, I'm happy. 3 years ago now. So yeah, so I would say it's pretty still recent since I've just dramatically put this weight on. And another thing is, it could be PCOS has been a contribution to why I'm this weight now, basically. So I'm still currently trying to figure out whether I have PCOS. Yeah, as I said, I'm 239 pounds. I want to get to 168. Yeah, since I've gained weight, I've not felt like myself. I've always struggled with depression. Knowing that I'm like classed as obese now is another thing for me to stress about, really, where I kind of blame myself as well, because I spoke it into existence by saying, all those years behind, I was like, oh, I'm fat and all that stuff, and now I can say like, oh, like I'm really weighty and pretty much fat. Like my stomach has blown up. I have stretch marks on my stomach eating because you're stressed. You eat that in a way to make you feel better, and yeah, it's like a vicious cycle. I'm trying to cut it all out, cut all the stuff that is really not helping me. Yeah, another thing that I forgot to mention about me growing up is I've always been someone that is I wanted to be a ballerina when I was younger, which is crazy, but and I used to do gymnastics for a while. It was something I wanted to continue. Like, I wanted to do gymnastics, I wanted to do ballet. Like, my parents couldn't afford classes for me, so I couldn't really pursue that as much as I wanted to. So what I did do, and what's crazy is I've missed something else as well, but I'll get to it. I used to stretch a lot and work on my flexibility because I couldn't do ballet classes. I still have it in me to want to be flexible again. What I missed out on is in the last year of secondary school, because I was so self-conscious, I made it seem like I chose art for my GCSE and I need to go and work more on my artwork, so I'm going to skip PE in the morning. But what I used to do is, before I used to go to school, I used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to go running for like half an hour, come back home, have a shower, get ready for school, go to school, walk to school. And I kind of I like that person. I did like that. I like that drive, because I was really quite driven. Like, I still am, but obviously as you get older, you have more responsibilities. You don't have as much time as you did when you was younger, but like, I was just on point. But yeah, I did like the fact that I used to still, regardless of me not wanting to do actual PE, I found I liked to run in the morning, like, especially when it was, because obviously at that time in the morning it's still dark, so the roads are clear, so quiet, like I can jog without feeling self-conscious about myself, not being like, oh, is this person watching me, or oh, my boobs going up and down. My Come Up, I think is on YouTube, it's called like My Come Up. I used to watch that when I was younger all the time, and it used to motivate me to do my artwork, because I'm an artist. It used to motivate me to do my artwork. It used to motivate me to want to work out, get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, all of that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be homeless when I'm older. I was like on it. My plan is to clean up my diet, actually be consistent this time, because my problem, because I've been trying this, just let you know, like I've actually been trying to figure out this stuff, but you know, life gets in the middle and then you just, like, that's no excuse, but like I will start it for a week and then I'll just drop it, and I'm easily distracted as well. My problem is consistency, and I know once I get that, this weight is going to fall off me, it's going to burn off. Laziness, I will take responsibility for that, because yeah, I haven't been lazy. Like there's no excuse to, like there's always time to fit in for your health, especially. So and I'm speaking like this because I need to be hard on myself. Otherwise, if I'm like, oh, you're tired, you work so hard, if I do that, then I'm not going to get anything done. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life, and I cannot do that. I'm working on my mental health, I'm working on my physical health, and working on my consistency. I'm making sure I get up at a certain time every morning. I've got a general schedule, created a habit tracker, so I'm waking up at a certain time and I'm trying to go to bed at a certain time. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to be consistent with that so I can get that on point. But it's including my workout, and I will show it to you guys, and I'll show you my workout schedule, what I'm doing, what I've bought so far, which is going to be slowly adding to. So I'm going to slowly, so I bought just to let you know, I bought a elliptical machine, and it's a second-hand one because I can't afford to spend on a new one, but one day I will be able to afford it. So I bought an elliptical trainer, and I'm slowly gonna be, because as I said, I want to lose weight, so I think elliptical is classed as cardio, and I've been working on like muscle workouts, strength building, strength training, so I'll be buying weights. For now, I'm using my 5L bottles, so 5 litre bottles, as a replacement until I get all my equipment. But yeah, so I've got a plan together. I've slowly building up my equipment, because I don't feel comfortable even running outside at this point. Like, I don't feel fit enough. Me being at home for a long time, and because of this whole lockdown situation as well, I thought, let me just get a second-hand elliptical machine, start slowly building up a little structure to get my equipment. One of my best investments that I've spent something on in a long time is the machine. I feel hopeful, and I feel like it's going to help me get somewhere with my weight journey. I do want to get like resistant bands and, like, as I said, weights and stuff like that. So yeah, just little things that I learn about. A lot of people on YouTube have been teaching me so much. This has played a big part in why I'm even inspired to do this, and I want to work up towards doing the Chloe Ting challenge. I want to work up towards that, because I did start off, like the first lockdown, I started off doing it and I was doing okay. My form wasn't great. It's a slow build up to getting to the point where you're good at, like, in form anyway. I've decided I'm going to do my own workout situation, and then I will do the Chloe Ting thing, and then that way I can actually share it with you guys, because yeah, she's really good. Also other YouTubers out there as well, like Mr. London, he's really good. So I will be doing little challenges as I slowly like get used to working out and stuff. And actually, it's been 6 days since I've started my workout routine, and ever so slightly I do quite feel a bit more lighter and feel a bit more better. Like, I feel slightly better, and I know that if I'm consistent with it, I'm using that as drive. I'm using that to keep going, because I know that if I'm consistent, I'm going to feel 10 times better. So I work out 6 days a week. Saturday is my day off. I've been trying to eat clean, not plant-based completely yet, but I'm slowly starting to try and find stuff that I will actually eat. I'm not a big vegetable eater. I love fruits, but not really big on vegetables. But I know that if I learn how to cook it in ways that I would actually eat it without drowning it in stuff that isn't defeating the purpose of eating it, I know that I will eat it. I will enjoy it as well, because I love Caesar salad, which I don't know if it's 100% good for you, but I feel like starting off with Caesar salad is a start, because it's really nice, and it's Caesar salad, isn't it? It's chicken breast, which is protein, good. It's a good part of the chicken, I believe. Don't know, I'm not expert. Just as disclaimer, I am no expert. Do not follow me. Do your own research. So I'm going to start slowly thinking of new salads I can make, or like incorporating new, like my own little flair to the salads and stuff like that, because I take regular Caesar salad, for example, and I add avocado in it, because I know that avocado is good for you. But yeah, so little things like that where I can add to stuff, take away, looking up different recipes, and then adding my own little touch to it without ruining it or anything like that. So slowly trying to change my eating habits. I've been calorie tracking. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm intermittent fasting. So thank God for my lovely mum. She has inspired me to intermittent fast because she's actually the one who told me about it. So I heard of fasting and I just thought, oh, you just starve yourself for a week. But that's not the case. So intermittent fasting, if you don't know about it, it's basically when you eat within a certain frame. I'm doing the 18-6. A lot of people do 16-8, which is fasting for 16 hours and eating within an 8-hour window. I just feel like those extra 2 hours, I feel like I'm really trying to discipline myself. I'm actually doing really well. So my mum told me about it. She did it before she got married. She's done it consistently even after that, and she's lost quite a lot of weight. She feels good. You can only drink water, lemon water, green tea, or black coffee. When you are fasting, you can only have those 4 things. So she likes to have lemon water in the morning, and she has her own way of doing stuff. She has her own frame, and I watch her do it. We actually use the app. So she introduced me to an app called Fast Stick. Basically is where you get an alarm and it tracks where you're fasting from. You can earn little points, like you can earn days off and then use it for your birthday or whatever. So it keeps track of that. She's actually a buddy of mine on there because you can add people as buddies and you can see their little pages and stuff. So yeah, so she's inspired me to do that, and I've been doing it, and it actually is like a really good way of disciplining yourself, especially when you don't know how to say no to food. Like I'm one of them. Yeah, the fasting is really good, like the intermittent fasting. If you haven't tried it, I would say try it, because you can even do 12-12. So you fast for 12 hours and you can eat within a 12-hour window. It won't feel like you're fasting if you actually consider the fact that you're going to be including your sleeping time in that. If you can manage it, like I don't want to encourage anyone to do something that it's not good for them. So yeah, just figure out whether it would be good for you and maybe try it if you can do it. Yeah. So yeah, so fasting is something I do. I'm working on like even different recipes. You try to cook it in the best ways possible. So I'm looking at my calories as well, and based on my height and my current weight, and then trying to eat in a calorie deficit, which is something I'm trying to learn about, which is very confusing. I'll be trying to teach people what I'm learning as I go along, and I'll also be linking channels that I feel like have helped me as well. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for getting this far if you have. And if you have, please leave an emoji, let's say like a green emoji to represent health, please, if you've gotten this far. And like, subscribe if you want to see the rest of my journey. And this is a lifestyle, so this is why I've called it Renée TBC, is because it's not a diet. It's not something that I want to do for 6 months and then once I drop the weight, I drop everything else as well. My main issue, just to quickly before I go, the main issue that I'm having is with my stomach. As I said, like I've got loads of stretch marks on my stomach which weren't there 2 years ago. My main issue is my stomach, I'd say, definitely. That's the thing that sticks out the most, literally. That's the thing that sticks out the most. But yeah, this journey is to be continued. It won't stop. It will be a lifestyle. Yeah, thank you for watching if you have. And as I said, please leave a green heart to show that you've gotten this far and to represent health and wealth and happiness. And also like, comment, subscribe, share if you like to, and let me know what you think about the video. And I will be posting more. I hope you enjoy this journey as much as I will once I get to my goal weight. I'm up for the challenge though. It's all worth it and I'm ready for it, and I'm not going to stop this time. I need the support, so if you can give me encouraging words. And yeah, I'm excited though, and I've got adrenaline, and that's probably why I'm so hyper. But yeah, thank you for watching and take care of yourself, guys. Bye-bye.